Hey everybody, this is Perch. Let's get right into this email and then curious your thoughts. So please, in the comments below, put some thought into this topic. Would love to hear your thinking on it because this is your mileage may vary, but I suspect many people will believe their opinion is the right one, the only one, and will not view it as your mileage may vary. But let's get into this mail. It says, "Hey Perch, I've got a question about customers that I'm hoping you can answer. This is a common comment that I see online and in chats in various videos that I watch, in various channels that I watch. It is basically the customer is always right. Now, I do believe the customer is always right because the customer is spending his or her own hard-earned money. Therefore, the customer is right about what money they choose to spend. I believe you said this a number of times on your channel. I have. That is to kind of paraphrase that, for if you haven't heard the videos on this before, it's your cash. Nobody gets to tell you what to do with it. You're in control of it for good or for bad or for, anywhere in between. It is your dollar. And so one of the things that I think people often, they trick themselves into is they feel like they're helpless to these big corporations, and the big corporation can't reach into your pocket yet and just pull the money out. You have to do that. So at the end of the day, you can get some self-power and, spend the money you want to spend. And that's it. And you also don't have, the other part of it is you don't have to defend what you spend your money on. If you like, really stupid sci-fi movies, like the B and the C, garbage movies, but that brings you happiness. You don't have to explain that to anyone. I've seen, and this goes back, 30 years of being a retailer. People would come into the store and they'd feel embarrassed about buying. Ironically, it used to be that, if you were coming into the shop regularly, you get a bunch of smarks in there who were, into the indie comics. They would look down on you for buying Marvel or DC. It's like, oh, you're buying Spider-Man. What are you, 12? And if it brings you happy, or it brings you happiness, then, the end. Doesn't matter. The person go fuck off. It's not their money. It's your money. Anyway, that's my perspective on it. And I think you become a lot healthier and a lot more empowered if you can embrace that a bit. But let's go back to the mail because the big question is coming up. On the other side, a lot of people say, you can't attack me, I'm the customer. Or whenever a creator claps back, the customer immediately says, look, this creator is attacking his customer. A recent example of this is Eric July. I don't know if you're involved in the drama. People keep trying and they said it, but I am not. I do not want to be, please, no. Anyway, Eric July. All right. A number of people are going on his streams and on his X page, Twitter, on his X page and attacking him for being a bad creator. Eric July frequently quote tweets or call these people out and calls them on their behavior. This has led to countless hours of people saying that Eric July hates his fans. One particular fan called Eric July Eric July, and it's spelled JEW-LIE, July. I've got a number of questions there, but we probably won't get into it in this video. But when Eric responded, suddenly the customer turned into a victim saying he was being attacked. What's your take on this? How much leeway do customers have to criticize work without getting any criticism back? Does that question make any sense? Thanks for everything you do. Thanks for your show. P.S. You suck. Okay. Nice twist at the end there. No, it's all in good fun. There's a little happy face emoji that I can't throw out in the reading of the email. All right, so look, I this is my opinion on this, but this is where I get to everybody's mileage may vary. But it kind of goes like this. There's a number of very common cliches that I think apply to this situation, like don't start none, you don't want none, or fuck around and find out. I think that as a customer, If you're just walking into a store, buying your comic and leaving, well, then we'll go into extremes, right? We're going to start in one area and go to the other. You walk in this store, and let's say you have a Trump 2024 hat on, and you buy your comic, you don't say a word, and you leave. And the creator of the comic you're buying is sitting there in the store doing a signing, sees you in your Trump hat, and goes, hey, asshole, you can't buy my comic. Fuck you. It just goes off on you. Okay? That's creator attacking the fan. That is attacking a customer, somebody spending money. That's absolutely ridiculous bad. Now, I do not prescribe to the, well, if you didn't want any trouble, you wouldn't have put on the Trump hat. That's ridiculous. People have a right of self-expression. It's not hurting anybody. It's, I'm not willing to go down the path of certain clothes items or triggering. P.S., like if you want to go the same direction, somebody goes into a con, they've got a Love is Love t-shirt or a trans flag on a hat, and they're walking down Artist Alley, and some artist is like, hey, you're gay, or just starts going off on them for that. Also attacking a fan. Again, the person's just minding their own business. Okay, that to me is over the line. Okay, it's attacking a customer. If a customer, now I'm going to get something, because I think hopefully most people agree with that. Just shouting out insults out of the blue is absurd, and it's wrong. And also, I guess we live in a world where everybody's got to be super pedantic. Yes, that scenario I described is not fictional. It has happened. Both of them. It has occurred. People have just gone up. We've had creators on Twitter see, Trump 2020 in somebody's Twitter bio, or something that identifies them as voting for a particular candidate, and either the creator or the editor has said things like, this person shouldn't be allowed to buy our comic, or these people are stupid, or I hate that somebody reading my comic is a Trump tard, or whatever the insult is. They've gone just out of nowhere and started throwing some hands. Okay. So we'll get to the next, but I again, is that controversial? I dearly hope nobody would be all confused about that one. So now we go to the next one. And I'm going to use, I'll use somebody who's been on the show before. Okay. I pick up a Jim Zub comic, and I don't like it. And I go on YouTube here and I do a review, and I say, I didn't think the comic was very good. It sucked. The writing was not very good. The art didn't really go anywhere. And this comic, I regretted buying it. All right. Now, what if, what then? If Zub goes, fuck you, Perch, and just goes on a little rampage because he doesn't like what I said about the comic, one, I think he's wasting his time. And that's the biggest thing, a lot of this. Clapping back takes effort. You're starting a war. You're taking your mind out of the comics that you're creating. Frankly, there's way too many, comic creators, YouTubers, all kinds of stuff that spend a tremendous amount of time on drama bullshit versus actually getting their product out. And, even if I guess if the product is drama, who was the, Dan Slott made that comment at one point. It's like, my Twitter engagement is part of my business model. So therefore I monetize the drama, and thus the drama is me. And this is part of my business. Okay, sure. I mean, it just, what a sad existence. Yeah, okay, you got some engagement. You're farming. You got some, you get some clicks. I don't know, maybe on your channel there, you got some people. But God, what a pathetic existence. I mean, is that really? I mean, to each their own, I guess. But anyway, that's attacking the customer, I think. Now, I still think that if Zub, say, came on and said, I'm sorry you didn't like it, but, wasn't for you, I guess, that's fine. A lot of this whole conversation, by the way, is really easy. It's don't be an asshole. Whoever you are, customer or creator, don't be an asshole. Because we get to our third scenario where, I say, I didn't like this Jim Zub comic. And then I say, Jim Zub looks stupid, the dumb Canadian face. And I really start going after it, like, I'll bet his family is ugly too. And okay, at that point, we've crossed from the product that I, the customer, am buying. And again, it's still not good to be just a complete raging asshole about the product, but you have more leeway when you're complaining and criticizing the actual thing you're spending money on. Ergo, what makes you a customer? if you wander from the product you're spending money onto into the actual human being behind it and their family and other things, you're a dick and you deserve to get whatever kind of clapbacks. I mean, I'm sorry. Again, I still think it's a waste of, say, Jim Zub's time. It's a waste of the original poster's time. But if you're going into somebody personally, that's your problem, bro. You are no longer going to hide behind the "I'm a customer" shield. And so to the example in the mail, and full disclosure, I haven't seen this, so I don't know the example, and Eric July is not Jewish, is he? Or what is this somehow wrapped up in that too? I don't. All right, God damn, I can't keep up with all the ins and outs of this stuff. Anyway, if you're in there and you're criticizing a comic book, and you're starting to make little pokey, fake names like July, you've crossed it to personal. Again, is it benign? Is it harmless? Yeah, sure. But this is the same kind of stuff when, the late Rush Limbaugh used to, on his radio show, come up with nicknames. And Donald Trump's kind of adopted this as well. And you get into, Elizabeth Warren as Pocahontas. You may find that funny. You're welcome to find it funny. But you do have to understand that you're not talking about her policies anymore. You're now into something new. And again, I'm not saying we have to police speech and he shouldn't be allowed to do that or any of the rest. But I am saying that you're going to get a different response if you're down in that territory versus just, complaining about the topic at hand, where it's the person's policies or their voting record, or I don't know, whatever it is you're arguing about. I think once you've gone down the path of name calling, you lose that moral high ground. That moral high ground is lost, and you no longer get to say, "Hey, I'm a customer. I'm being attacked." Once you start coming up with fake, fancy names for people, you are, at that point you made a choice basically to take it personal. Finally, if we're just completing the in spectrum, if you just come out of nowhere and you start insulting a creator, but you also, and I've seen dummies do this, you say things like, "I don't buy your comic, I just pirate it." Well, congratulations, you're not a customer. And the other argument of, "But I could be if you were nice to me," nah, that doesn't work that way. It's like me saying, the president of BMW should be nice to me and say good things, and maybe if he does that long enough, I'll buy one of his cars. It's like, that doesn't work. You're not a customer at that point. All this said, it is better not to start weird little wars with people. It is definitely better, unless you're Dan Slott or any of the number of YouTubers out there that are super into drama and that you've convinced yourself that's a product. So again, okay. And please, in the comments, don't go but look at all the money they're making off super chats. Yeah, I know, I get it. But it's kind of like, you can make a lot of money if you get the right street corner to put up a cardboard sign and beg for money saying you've got a sick child or whatever. But is that really an existence? Is that what you want? Seems like a lame ass existence to me, but okay. Anyway, it all comes down to this. Don't be a prick and it'll be fine. And that goes for creators. It goes for customers. Everybody has a propensity to be a dick. I self-selected. I will not purchase or talk about or promote or do anything with Pepos in the future. I'm done. Guy's a dick. So my response is, you're dead to me. There you go. He said, keep your name out of my mouth. Well, I'm not doing that, obviously, because I'm saying it right here. But that ultimately becomes a good thing. If you're a customer and you feel like you've been mistreated or that, somebody is unfairly coming at you or targeting you or any of that kind of stuff, the number one, fastest, best, absolute thing you should do, take your money away. Take your money away. Become not a customer. That is absolutely the right answer. From there, you got lots of options. You got lots of things you can do. You can find other comics. You can do other things, but take the money away. As soon as you take the money away, you're no longer feeding the beast. If you're frustrated at a YouTube channel because the person is a prick or whatever else, don't listen. Don't. I've appeared on tons of live streams. Tons. When I say appeared, sorry. Some people have clipped this show and done reaction shows to this show. When there's literally no other news to talk about, people turn to the Perch Show. The lowest, the bottom of the barrel of content to describe. You got tons of content out there. Some people ask, like, why do you think comic books are not doing so well? Yeah, they're clipping my show or reaction video. That's a clear indicator. There's like anything else to talk about. But regardless, so I get links sent to me all the time. Hey, you should go live. What are you going to do about this? The answer, nothing. I don't click on the link. I haven't heard it. I have no idea. I made a horrible mistake. What has to be at least 2 years ago at this point, maybe longer. I'm like, all right, somebody's talking to me. I'll go over there. And I click on it. It's like, it is a 4.5-hour live stream. Like, Jesus Christ, no thank you. Like, I'm not going to search around for this shit. But no, there was one show. It was literally, it was more than 3 hours of live stream. And like, I click on it, and the first frame that comes up is there's my video. They've got my video there in the little, in the little window to comment on. And I'm like, oh shit, we're leading right off of my video. Okay. I'm like, I wonder what else they're going to talk about. I moved the little cursor to like 3 hours later, and they're still talking about my video. I'm like, again, Christ, there's not that much. You could just say it sucks. Move on. I do that all the time to my own stuff. Anyway, whatever. What do you think? In the comments below, customer behavior, what can people get away with? Quite frankly, I think if you're asking yourself, can I get away with this? You might already be in the wrong spot. But your mileage may vary, like I said. Let me know what you think. Let's have it. This show sucks. Thanks for listening.